go. Let's go. Just need to make sure this is on. Uh-oh, double music. Let's go. Let's turn this down. We have hit day 40. We have hit day 40. We have a big one today. Been working on a lot in the background, okay? A lot. I have noticed, let's turn this down so I can actually think. Let's turn this down a little bit to right about there. Is that good? That's good. We have built a solid product. We've built a solid product, all right? There are things that I need to do. These are the goals for today, all right? So we have member articles. We have articles that are written because of the videos. Let's turn this down a little bit more. Because of the videos that I filmed. So I film a video, it's good content. I have terrible thumbnails, so they don't get actually clicked on. So I gotta work on that. So that's part of the Nano Banana potential improvement. We also have to improve the content that is sent to me every single day. We have to improve the news that is accumulated and essentially aggregated into the website. So we have member articles, we have my articles, and then we have soon-to-be news. And essentially, why is that important, by the way? If you have two things going at the same time, these are bugs going on in the background. If you have two things going on at the same time, so I'm looking at the moderation. The moderation essentially is a engine that runs every single night. Is this search engine optimized? Is this answer engine optimized? Is AI gonna pull this in? We completed yesterday 400 passes. We have 169 new ones. The reason being is that through this moderation, I'm then going to train the prompt to say, we need to bring down the daily moderation to small, like truncated sentence, 3 images missing the alt text. Missing alt text. So this is obviously two things that needs to happen. Every time a photo is uploaded, anytime a photo is published, we need to look through these things. So we're getting smarter. Why is that important? I go over and I go to analytics. I built this out yesterday. And I said, what articles are doing well? What videos are doing well? So now I'm saying, okay, they only watched it for this amount of time. Well, someone actually watched it the full time. But this is the most important thing. Look at this number. Look at that number. There has been 230,000. This is pulled in. This isn't fake. This is pulled in by Cloudflare. Cloudflare, and this goes along with what was said in the, what's his name? Why is this a thing? Said it. It is, by the way, OpenAI news. OpenAI is the only one that said they would do this, which is stupid, but you do that if you want the government contracts. Look at this. Bot traffic silently, per Cloudflare, now outnumbers humans. And by the way, this clearly happened a while ago. You don't just flip it like that. That's a huge difference. 5742, that's a huge difference. The 4951 happened probably months ago. And by the way, every computer is now doing this. The government's doing it, international's doing it, businesses are doing it, international businesses are doing it. So when I look at this, and I look at these numbers, 230,000. We want to be ranked within these 230,000. That's the most important thing. I have to dial in the content, and I have to dial in the content for getting picked up by AI. Essentially, it's trust. That's what it's built on. The internet is built on trust. So when you produce an article and people watch it, and then you produce another video and they watch it or they read it, whatever, I'll give you an example. I go to Perplexity. I have a high level of trust in Perplexity for their news. They have a good aggregating system. The internet is built on trust. And as someone said yesterday, AI is built on non-emotion. They have no emotions. They're emotionless. So they just go with ones and zeros. They just go with data, and they just make decisions off data. That's it. There's no, well, I feel. There is no I feel. Maybe they code that in, but it's not a feeling. It's just servers banging around, making a lot of noise and sucking up water and energy. That's really what it is. So when you look at this, you go, I want that traffic to be coming back. I want that number to be 500,000. Obviously, some of it is going to be malicious, of course, but, and it's right here, 4,000 were blocked. And we have a very good wall. But when this happens, you have a high level of trust between AI, between search engines, between other websites. Maybe your websites start getting linked. Maybe your websites start getting aggravated to AI models. It's a game. And as my video today is going to go over, is you can't do anything unless it's within, you can't make any decision unless it's 90 days. You can't make a marketing decision, a business decision, unless you've run it for 90 days. Too many people think 30 days is enough. I'm 40 days into vibe coding, and I've pivoted so much. I'm going to pivot today. Thumbnails need to be better. Videos need to be better. Descriptions need to be better. Titles need to be better. That's the pivot. I'm going to film that today on the whiteboard that's right behind here, because I am filming good videos. They're just not getting watched. And my trust with YouTube is going to go down. So if I put out videos that nobody watches, my trust with YouTube is going to go down. If I put out great articles online, my trust online is going to go up with search engines and AI, things like that. All right. So this is what we need to work on today. So now the picture is coming very, very clear. And I should have this up. Where the heck is the video? The picture is becoming clear. What is the differentiation between anyone else? And obviously, a lot of them were API calls going there. And are they really humans? Like what it says right here? Does it really say that? I don't know. They do have a very good system. And honestly, at this point, I think it's better than Google. I think it's better than Google. I went in yesterday and I said, should I use Google Analytics or Cloudflare Analytics? They said Cloudflare. I said, all right, let's go with it. All right, so we have a very big build. We have member articles. So essentially, this is something I built yesterday, which is it brings in news, and that's the area where we're gonna shine. We're gonna shine with what does the news mean? What does this mean for you? What is this? I understand that Trump just did and obviously our boy did a article about it. I know he signed this optional executive order, but what does that mean for me? What does that mean for me? Well, it means that it's very interesting because Anthropic's CEO actually called on a freeze. How crazy is this? He calls on a freeze. A pause, I should say. A pause. Dario, whatever you want to say, or head of research, I should say. Anthropic called for a global pause in frontier AI development. They said that improving themselves autonomously is going to risk human control. Yeah, we know that. That's why you have to bake it into the system. You know, someone made a great point. I can't believe, I downloaded Hermes Agent, I downloaded OpenClaw, I downloaded Claude Code, and it wiped out my whole code base. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. You just didn't put up a guardrail. Or you just said to do that. AI is not just going to do that. Okay? AI is just not going to do that. You know, there's a guy who, where is it? 300,000 in Bitcoin. It was probably on my phone. 300,000 in Bitcoin was sent to somebody. and it was accidental. That I could see. If you give access to your Bitcoin, that's different. It was like access to your emails. Okay, when you give it access, things happen. But the code base is different than sending. I would actually still like to lean into that story. 300,000 was sent to somebody, you know, very different, very different. So today what we're gonna do is we are going to join the member articles into this and call it just articles. And then we're gonna put tabs up here, and we are gonna make sure that the news is very good. That's very important. So that's a big build right now because there's a lot of processes, how do you say that? That wrap around this. All right, let's go over here. Now we got to bring in some, let's bring in some URLs. All right, so we are going to think about this for a second. All right, so we're going to bring this in, and I have to be very, because the reason being is that the member articles is tied into a process that people submit their articles in here. So this has to be done meticulously, or else I'm going to break the system. Create an article, and then that's sent over to me. All right, so we're going to put this into here. We're about to do a major build, and the build is going to revolve around taking this URL and joining it into this. All right, so now it's going to take it and join it into the iCharles articles, and we're going to clean link, go over here, send it in. So you are taking the member articles and joining it into the articles tab on the left side, and you're renaming it articles. Look into the process as well, is that members actually submit their own articles. So look at that process first. The URL can be found here, and they create their own articles. It now has to go into articles and not member articles. Wow, this is gonna be, if this one-shots it, then that would be impressive. All right, so, first, the URL can be found here, so let's put it in there. And let's screenshot it as well, because this is gonna be, let's go there. Let's include that, and then move this over. All right, this is big. First, do some research on the wiring and the database, and then come back with a plan after you understand how members submit articles. Those articles will need to go into /articles and not /member articles. We are not going to delete members' articles yet until we test everything that it's joined properly into these /articles. All right, let's see if they actually know what I'm talking about. That would be big. /articles. All right, let's send that out. That's a big one. And then we also need to improve. Let's see, these are still all working. Okay, so that's done. All right, we also need to improve the news. The news is terrible right now. It is created and then it is put into here. So we need to find this prompt and we need to improve it. So yesterday I built something that it automatically produced the news and it would be populated here. I got a notification on my cell phone that 2 of them were rejected and 3 of them, they weren't published, but they also weren't, see the AEO, these are low. These are low. So in other words, there's probably problems with it. There's probably problems with it. All right, so if we go up here, let's go over here. All right, we got to find out why they're low. And also, they're producing terrible articles. We need to look at moderation as well. That's a huge area. Let's go to moderation. All right, let's copy this. Let's go over here. We need to look at the news. Right now, this runs as a CRON job every single night. It brings in via the Brave API key news that is of that day worthy to put out as something that members and website visitors would want to see. The articles are in the /articles place. You can see it from the screenshot. They were very low in AEO and probably very low in SEO. They also were not relevant at all. So we need to improve the prompt to actually bring in the news and not talk about places where the news actually is for AI in tech. Holy cow. Published my latest article. Comes in with some demands. And we also have to find out the moderation. We got to find out the moderation on this. It's good. It's excellent. It's the best. All right, let's send this over here. And we need to find out why this is happening. Okay, good. Now let's send this here. We need to find out where the common denominator for all of the new moderation requests from the night before happened. Is it in member articles? Is it in iCharles news articles? Is it in video with an article? We need to find out where this is, and the prompt on creating articles must be better, or the underlying code base on how articles are created need to improve. So essentially, this is probably one of the best things that secretly is going to improve iCharles. I compared it Codex with Claude subscription. Claude is not worth it. Dude, I promise you, you have to be working at OpenAI. You have to be. Oh, it's down to 40. That's not right. That's not right. Yeah, 169. I was going to say. I just was there. That's weird. Where was I? Was that it? Was that wrong? It just said 44 on the open requests. So essentially, this is what we're going to do. We have two sources of people coming into iCharles.com's community. The first one is the aggregation of data and news and thought and things like that. Once we start getting to the point of high trust of AEO, all the AI models and the search engines, they're going to start using us. We're brand new into the game. We're not even 7 days into the game. Then you have the second largest YouTube search engine working in the background. I need to build up trust with both. So it essentially rises up and we're actually in results. The number one thing is content. The number one thing is content. All right, what is it saying? Improve the news sources. Hard reject, better queries, drop any URLs, page, homepage, and drop titles that are just publication name. Yeah, obviously. Hold on, what did that say? Did that say, how aggressively should the fetch or reject non-story URLs? Yeah. Obviously. When a story has a thin, brave snippet, no real article, fetch the article page first. Skip thin stories. Before synthesizing, fetch the actual article URL, extract the real, keep the snippet only sourcing. Yeah, let's go with that. So essentially, I had something humming months ago, and it was, what are the top 5, welcome Mark, Didn't you see my post by switched to Sam Altman without my input? It was randomly did at 10 a.m. Didn't you see my feed post by PFP? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was weird. Was that you? I don't know where that came from. That definitely was not me. I was when member and owner articles share one articles tab, how should they be grouped? Pending first. No, this is by tabs. This is by tabs. So each tab is going to be, the first tab is going to be unpublished. The second tab is going to be published. And the third tab is going to be draft. The fourth tab is going to be rejected. The draft is just member drafts. The unpublished is going to be anything that's unpublished to the website. On each of the tabs, you're going to have the title, the category, approve, reject for the unpublished. We're essentially aggregating all articles into one umbrella based on those categories at the top. Unpublished, published, draft, and rejected. There we go. Let's send that out. I think this week escalated to a point where I actually have a vision. Talking about vision, keep it visible. The merge tab will be labeled articles, yes. The old members tab in the nav during testing, keep it visible, yeah, till we delete it. The vision is very clear now, and I will do a pivot about it today because my trust with YouTube is not good. Unfortunately, because the thumbnails aren't good. The videos are all over the place. So I have to get to a point where people confirm the status tab, member, iCharles, studio, video, news all together. Unpublished equals pending, yes. Published equals approved, yes. I could even put videos under there too. Nah, we'll keep that separate. That's going to be a big part. The 7 iCharles news articles are pending review, but already post type article. Which tab? Unpublished. Hold on, news. They send the unpublished with the member pending. Yes, unpublished. Default tab when opening community. Unpublished. Yes. Let's see which one is this. Better moderation. Okay, so this is big. This is getting to the root cause of better AEO and SEO, because I have 169 within the moderation. And all right, let's get out of here. And that's not good, because I did a huge cleanup of 400 yesterday, and it's essentially putting the code base, maybe not the interface, but the code base so the bots can scan it. No pun intended. Charles Bowden's did bots.
Charles, that was pun intended.
Root cause, it's both prompt and code in different spots. You asked, the prompt is partly the cause for the AEO body rejects. It does instruct H2 as questions and answer, but Sonnet doesn't reliably comply. Wow, that is a shock to nobody. Sonnet doesn't comply? I've ripped through $2 in OpenAI credits. Give the man what he wants. All right, 2 targeted fixes. Code fix, eliminate the entire error image cluster, extend the publish time render guardrail to assert every body. I love how that's a space. Everybody, oh hey, has non-empty and with height. Make the render fetch stamp. This is the highest level. Oh yeah, by the way, did we see Bridgemind Bridge Voice yesterday? Bridgemind Bridge Voice? My boy shows up in a business casual? My boy shows up in a business casual? What's going on? Did something get recommended to his search feed? Did something get recommended to his search feed? Dude's usually in sweats. He's usually in a hoodie. My boy breaks out a blazer and collar. What was up with that? I'm watching him getting DDoS attacked, and then I look down to the right and I'm like, whoa, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And what was it? Everyone made fun of me. This guy looks like he's like a vibe coder with a Wall Street. You got me, bro. Dude, you got me. You totally got me there. Brett from Ohio. Steven from Estonia. No, Estonia would be more like Lashkov. Ivana. Oh man, dude, I would put money on that. I'd put money on that he saw one of the videos. Does the other vibe coders, do they wear a jacket? And you gotta have a standard. You gotta have a standard. You can't just be out here looking like a shlomo. Where's Unlimited signed for Claude non-existent? Smooth criminal talk. Nah, he's getting DDoS with style now. I know. Dude, I look at that and I don't feel bad for him because he's bringing it upon himself. Because when someone did their attack on me and I crashed out now about literally halfway through my experience of vibe coding live, that's when I was like, okay. It's probably been 10 years since I lost my temper. And that was, I lost my temper there. I was like Charles Botenston from the 20s when I was getting into bar fights and kicked out and banned from bars. Oh man, that was an old Charles. That was an old Charles. And he said it on stream, which is weird. You know, he's like, I'm just gonna get used to this. That's not like, we're getting to a point where something's gonna happen and they're in. And then he gets ransomed. If large companies are getting ransomed, you don't think he's bragging about the money. And all flowers to him. But you're a public person. You know, it's like Sam Altman got firebombed. Nobody agrees with that, but you have a bunch of wackadoodles in this world. So it's like, I noticed that, and I had nobody watching. So, all right, let's go to this. Want me to draft a fix per your advisor? Yeah, there's two. There are a couple of areas that articles are published, or at least created. One is the member articles area. And we got to, by the way, I said it before, the only person that's actually signed up for that, which is the dumbest thing ever, is OpenAI. OpenAI is the only one. No, not there. Members articles right here. Copy clean link. Let's go over here. And then I also have articles created from my videos, and that is from the create upper right button, and it's a drag and drop SRT file along with the video. I really thought about it. Content's very important. And I know that the thumbnail is the most important thing. Like, these are all clickable. You know, these are articles though. That's different. The issue that I ran into is that I was going back and forth yesterday with Claude, and I was like, why do your thumbnails suck? You know, like this guy, nobody's clicking on it, but these are my thumbnails. And I know it's one of those things where I was making my own thumbnails. To make a thumbnail, to be honest, takes about 60 minutes. And you're like, oh, no. It's the reason being is you have a timestamp, then you have the play button, and then you got to be in there, and then you have three areas within the thumbnail. You have the text, you have the background, and you have yourself. That's it. And if it gets too complicated like this, then nobody clicks. But if it gets, oh, okay, that's clean, but even this on the upper right is just noise. This is all noise. You know, it is the background, but it might be just noise. And to be honest, some of the videos I shot were banger videos. and they're gonna get no views. So I'm thinking, do I do the process separate where I go in here and I click create and I drag and drop the video and the SRT file, which is it's how the timestamps are made. So it's essentially every 7 seconds, it wraps the timestamps around your transcription. And I'm thinking, do I do that separate? Do I just upload the video to Cloudflare and then either pull that transcription back, which it actually liked doing? I don't know why. It liked Cloudflare's transcription better than the SRT that I get from Riverside. Riverside's where I edit it. I edit out the pauses and the ums and the ahs. I make the video better. I don't. AI does. And I'm at the point where I don't know. I don't know. Because I need to make content every single day, but it also, and the content will get really good. Like this content right here, this was really good. This was a really good video. If I was me at 25 and I saw this video out, I'd be like, wow, this is great. Not to be hubris, but 35 days of content and I was solving the wrong problem. I guess that's good, but this isn't. This isn't. Like, what is the video about? So I'm thinking, when I upload the video, I then add in, which I don't want to, the title and the description. Or the other way that I was doing it is the video is uploaded, and then I press a separate button, like here, prompt, and it gives me all the prompts, or it generates it. I need it streamlined, because the community is going to get to a point in 90 days where I just don't have time to title, description, thumbnail, and also maintain the community. That's the biggest thing, is like I need to have it in an automation style. If you actually think people are getting 1,000 live views, or can only have a bridge to sell you, you don't think he's actually getting that? He's got a few hundred. Dude, his after is pretty crazy though. Oh, so you're saying they watch it and they just hit him in the background? All right. Want me to draft the fix? Yeah, I just want to confirm. I just want you to confirm that all of the spaces or all the places that articles are either created. Yeah, I think that's it. Because, yeah, let's go with that. Let's send that out. All right, major build. So this is joining the members into the iCharles. Into one gate. Let's hope so. This one, we need to have a prayer, because I spent a long time, but this is going to be my back end now. I thought about that yesterday. So that's going to be joined into articles. This is going to be videos, analytics, moderation might even be in, that might be separate, because moderation is also going to be moderation of comments, moderation of everything. Emails, that's going to be everything. That's going to be emails sent. That's going to be emails received. Like, this is going to be, this is going to be a heavy back end. This is going to be a heavy back end. Because right now, I'm all over the place. I have a personal area, I have an admin area, I have a Chuck area. This was essentially built out, but not available to the members. This essentially was the iCharles backend, which the security works, the emails work, the messages work, the moderation, it's all right. The analytics was so clunky. And the members, that could be gone, because that goes to the back end of the other place. But essentially, the vision is going to be 3 different places. You have the community, you have the personal area, and then you have the videos. Those are going to be, that's the value. That's the value. That's the value. And the value to bring people in, top of mind, is articles for AI and search engines, and then videos for YouTube. I know people said X. I am not. That place is an absolute If you want to get DDoS attacked constantly, just go on there and brag about your success. Oh yeah, I'll give you success. You know, some bald fat guy from Denver who's just sitting there. I heard they're his Discord server too. What is brigading? You should go to Bridgemind Discord and do an ad in the instructions channel. Oh my God. Dude, you feel bad for the guy because he's 23. He came on, he got success. He influenced a bunch of people, but you know, it's kind of like, I don't want to liken it to it, but it's kind of liken it to people who get really successful as a teenager instead of someone who just grinded it out and then they get successful. You know, you're wearing Hanes, Mark Wahlberg as like a 13, 14-year-old or whatever, or 18-year-old. You're on all these shows, and then nobody knows who you are anymore because you just got all this success. Success, you know, air quotes. All right, let's go into the builds. All right, so this right one is the news curation. All right, let's go into this. Yeah, all of these need to be deleted. The nightly cron job produced meta articles instead of the real news. I confirmed the root cause from the DB. Every bad article is grounded in, obviously, thank you. Fetch real stories, not landing pages, thank you. Ground the actual event, thank you. Refuse meta articles, thank you. Verified. Want me to kick that off or leave it for... No, I want you to delete the articles that were created last night and create new ones based on the new prompt. We got to test this out. Because I walked in there and it was like, by the way, the AP... Associated Press, by the way, it said 1851. How is the Associated Press in 1851? That's crazy to think about. We're going to aggregate and we're going to make sure that all news goes through the Associated Press so people are completely oblivious to actually what's going on. All right, so the Bugfist emoji was painted using the visitor's OS. Oh yeah, by the way, talking about painted, we got to go to the iCharles homepage. Absolutely unacceptable. By the way, why is this a thing? We're now merged to main. Now merged to main. So Botenston.com, when someone says, what should I build? That was part of the video yesterday. I'm going to have a follow-up video today. I'm also going to have a follow-up video of how iCharles, me, is going to make money. Yeah, let's not share Brave API keys over there, sir. All right. Like, what are they going to do with a Brave API key? Oh, I got my new sister. Yeah, look at the iCharles. Here we go. The homepage looks great. Ah, there we go. I don't like that it replaced the video, but this is nice. I like this. I like this. All right. So that worked. That worked. I brought that back and it put it into the container. Now we just need to let's get rid of this guy. Can I save that? Ah. Boo. Gotta go back here. Take another one. Go over here. There we go. All right. The feature of bringing in the video works, which is fantastic. We need to have something on the right side that is better. Something unique. Maybe the live chat. Let's wow the visitors and make sure that it's mobile friendly. All right. Do you have it set up like Vercel so it auto pulls get data when merge is detected, or do you? I do it manually. I do it manually. I want to do something besides Vercel. I want to do something besides Vercel. By the way, was it Git? No, it was Mac Whisper? I don't know. Some dictation tool was valued at $2 billion. Was it a dictation tool? Like, the numbers being thrown around right now is crazy. And by the way, Walmart is now number 2 on the stock market. Oh, talking about news, look at this. Look at this. What has your boy been saying? What has your boy been saying? No, not that. Jim Cramer. Yeah, that guy's... oh yeah, by the way, this was the news I said yesterday. SpaceX blocks China, Hong Kong from IPO website. By the way, what's weird is China clearly said no because they blocked anyone from... I could see it, allegedly, my opinion. Elon got PO'd and went ham on Xi Jinping. I could see Elon getting absolutely just livid in that meeting because China blocked the XAI, even 3 offshore accounts where most Chinese people do their trading to the US stock market. They blocked all people from investing in XAI. Now, so China did that, and then SpaceX blocks China and Hong Kong, which China owns. Hong Kong, I heard, was stunning. And then they want to go after, well, it's going to be very interesting. Users in mainland China and Hong Kong attempting to access SpaceX website and IPO marketing documents are met with an error. I wonder what this means. Oh, okay. I thought that was unique. You know, Elon likes to play some games. This is not even governments anymore, if you think about this. This isn't governments anymore. These are private companies against governments, against the second largest and the most populous country, and the second largest by GDP, which GDP is a stupid thing.
The GDP, well,
Look at everything, okay? Is your country growing in wealth, in people? But we are no longer relying on government anymore. People don't care about the government anymore. So it'll be interesting. A couple of 3-letter agencies will start doing some things. We'll just say that. We'll just, to remain in power, we'll say that some 007s, some, this is what I'm saying. Look at this. Eurozone, Europe is done. They are done. They're done. The only country is Switzerland. That's it. Switzerland, and that's it. No one's talking about France. No one's talking about Germany. All the Middle Ages, it was Portugal, it was Spain, it was Scandinavia, it was Germany, Italy, UK. They're done. Let alone the smaller countries that are part of the Soviet bloc. You know, I just would not want to be there. I would be taking one flight before the gas prices get to $10. I would take one flight, one way, right into JFK, New York City, and just be homeless until I found an apartment. That's it. Hey, Charles, I just landed. I saw you on a live stream. I need an apartment. Okay, perfect. What's your budget? I don't have one. Okay, you got to remain in the streets until Goldman gives you a job. So just go to a local hotel. The amount of people that are visiting New York City's through the roof. Look at this is the worst thing to be doing. Your marketing of your company is, Meta is doing what they're doing. They're spying on all their employees to then lay them off and then train their models. Someone called Meta the best AI company out there. That was wild. That's a bold move, by the way. Former AI chief technology officer who left in 2024, 2 years ago, said that it would implode. I don't know. Sam Altman's the guy that's doing deals. Sam Altman's the one that's doing deals. I need to take a lap. Also, love need voice. What is the love need voice? What is that? The homepage Live Hero streams via embed anonymous, which experiences fill in the right. Wow, if they could do the live plus viewers, light touch, animated floating emojis, no. Embed the native light trap iframe from the current broadcast. Wow, that would be sick. That would be sick. That would be sick. That would be sick. Yeah, if 2 years ago you say that Sam Altman's the only one that was doing jobs, I would love to see, because we don't have a definition for recession anymore, I would love to see the actual job numbers, like where it's going. It's probably going to security. Security is going to be a hot commodity. Security of people, security of data centers, security of companies. There's just going to be a lot of people that are just mad. And they're just mad, and they need to take it out, and they need to go to BridgeMind Bridge Voice and DDoS attack him and say, oh no, you don't need Cloudflare. You don't need Cloudflare. Just wear a suit. What was the one? Oh yeah. By the way, this is what I said. This is what I said yesterday. What did I say yesterday? Or I've been saying for a week. This S&P 500 denies that SpaceX had a fast track entry ahead of. Does anyone believe this? Does anyone believe this? Was he at the lavish dinners that JP Morgan threw for Jamie Dimon, $75 billion deal, and he's getting, what is it, 0.03 or 0.3? It used to be 1% to 3%, or no, it's 3%. They usually do 5%. Of all of the money that is raised, you don't think that Jamie Dimon is throwing lavish parties for S&P? Dude went public in a month. He went, okay. Yeah. The only good thing is actually this. Not that. They are, I think it was Vanguard, is actually bringing down the amount. Yeah, look at this. Fidelity slashes the IPO minimum to $2,000. That's like, that Elon said he was going to do it, and he did it. He said he was going to do it, and he did it. He said the average person, obviously $2,000 is still a lot for the average person, but 100K is a little bit more. You know, 100K is a little bit more, 500K to an IPO access at the major brokerages. Not investment advice, but a lot of people have shorted that. A lot of people. All right. Let's go with why this matters, your moderation investigation. All right, so we have the member articles, we have the video articles, and then we have the daily news. All right, big win. Want me to check whether the news engine uses the same as the studio synthesizer? Yeah, it's on its own prompt, but yes. I think it's on its own prompt, and I'm actually working on it right now, so I can ask it. Merge, per the advisor, I'll dedicate the actual bill to Sonnet Executor. What? Per the advisor pattern. What shall I? Where did the advisor pattern come from? What are you even talking about? And why would you use Sonnet when this is a big build? I want you to use Opus. Why would you use Sonnet? This is like one of the bigger builds that I'm doing this week. I found out how I'm gonna make money.
What's your MRR? What are you building? What are you building?
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Good thing I didn't say what I was thinking. Your key takeaway fixed strategy. Yeah. Well, go and research it. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to bring this down. One code fix that fixes all three sources. Make the render guard. Yeah, it's all about the image and the sizing. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Good. Yes. One more caution before editing. News prompt was edited today. Yeah, actually, we should wait for the news prompt to be done before we start doing that. How should I update the advisor pattern memory rule? I didn't even know I had one. What? So you mean this whole time Sonnet's been... We got to go to my usage. We got to go to my usage. I haven't been using Sonnet at all. What are you talking about? What are you even talking about? That doesn't make any sense. What? All right. I don't even want to, all right. We'll talk about this another time. This is like your daughter comes home late at midnight. You said 10 p.m. and you're like, it's too late. Let's talk about this in the morning. Where were you? Who drove you home? Boy, did I have a lot of those with my father. My father was, whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened there? Who just opened up that? 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 Oh, this guy right here? Well, do it on my Mac Studio. Don't do it live with me, you noodle face. What are you doing it here? just, no, get out of here. Get out of here. Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. Oh, wow. Okay, let's watch it live, actually. It's doing the build right now. It's doing the build. Except it's not scrollable. That's cool, dude. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, that's cool. That's cool. It doesn't look good right now, but that's cool. Let's build cool things. Let's have fun. Can we have fun again in the United States? Install switchboard so it stops auto-changing the Sonnet for no reason. I'll be getting a codec sub tomorrow to upload something to Git. I'll be humming. I'll be humming. Well, this is humming right here. I like this. This is cool. This is cool. All right, let's bring this down. Let's continue. Yeah, we're not working on this right now. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. This, okay, so the video embed should be fixed. Leave it in the branch, or do you want me to no. Per the memory and Claude markdown files, once you're done, you've tested it on mobile, desktop, and tablet, light and dark mode, you need to commit it. Why are you talking about?
Should I merge this to the main branch? I just want to sit on my code. I just want to sit on my code for like 3 minutes while you just entertain me, Trills. I don't want you to clear my chat. You're just entertaining me. And now you're gonna do the pass? Now you're gonna do the pass? All right. All right. What are we doing? Dario, what are we doing? All right, we gotta have a sit down. Stop. You know what? Why is this a thing? You upload something to Git selective reading. I definitely have selective reading. Oh, wow, it's doing it right now. How does it look on mobile? Oh, wow, it looks like crap. Looks like crap.
Yeah, this is something that I need to look into, is my my cookies.
Don't worry, Charles. I already looked into it for you, and it's just you're tracking what I like and what I don't like.
Wow, 275 megs. That's not bad. That's a nice website. These icons are brutal. We just cannot have 14 chats going at the same time right now. All right, this guy 4.8. Yeah. We'll talk about the advisory another time. Just build using Opus 4.8. You know, like, why is this a thing? Puts out an article, totally agree with it. Let's stop updating. It's like this. It's like this, okay? Don't give me a better camera, okay?
The megapixels are now 48 megapixels per camera. We can now shoot in 8K.
We're not even watching stuff in 8K. We're not even watching stuff in 8K. What happened with Siri? You know, they brag about it. They brag about it.
We're gonna have our developers conference next week, and we're gonna talk about this thing called artificial intelligence.
Watch this. I guarantee it's up here. Where are you at? Where are you at? Yeah, talk about who's got data. This guy's got data right here. Verizon's got the most data. They like rival the NSA. Oh, they don't even have it. They dropped the story. Here we go. Ray Dalio, that's my boy who told me all about AI 10 years ago, but didn't actually say AI. He just said something's coming down the line. Oh wow, they don't even have it anymore. That's weird. All right, well, so much for that. It was, the article before was like,
the stock price for AI for Apple is going through the roof because they're going to announce something at the developers conference that's totally going to wow the audience.
what are you going to say? What are you going to say? You know, Google's already finishing and doing grammatical mistakes to my liking and saying, actually, that word is bad. You should use this word. It's more concise. Oh, actually, you're right. That is. I accidentally stripped the open router key. You can't make this up. You cannot. I started this stream saying, how stupid would someone believe that they deleted the whole code base? Now I believe them. They aren't stored anywhere in the disk I can find. How do you want me to store the key? Oh gosh. All right. You got to take a lap. Take a lap. That's like 5 laps. That's 5 laps. That is 5 laps.
The old articles are safely deleted and backed up. I need the open router API key to recover. Let me how you want me to proceed.
Oh my gosh. All right, what are the stupid...
Persist it to the ecosystem, put it into the GitHub, just export for this run, I'll restore myself.
You know where they live. You restart iTrolls with the keys yourself. Oh my gosh. Dude, that is too much. That is too much. I needed comedy today, and Claude is delivering it.
Charles, we've already talked about it, is that Codex is so much better. It's so much better. You've been fumbling the ball lately.
Oh my gosh.
I accidentally took your car and smashed it into a tree today. My bad. Do you want me to recover it?
Oh, that's...
The robot that is at your house that was really good accidentally lit the entire place on fire.
Like, holy cow, dude.
The Waymo that you...
Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, Anthropic saying AI is building its own successors. Okay. 80% of the code base is actually merged via Claude. Is now authored by Claude. All right, let's go over here. All right, let's get that going. Let's get that. Mobile friendly. All right, so this is the... okay. All right, what changed? All right. What's this one? Merge the articles. Final plan. Dude, I gotta be honest, one thing about planning. Okay, let's see if it's actually doing it. Let's go to this. Let's reload. And it's going to articles. And, okay, it only has that. All right, we're going somewhere. We're going somewhere. Oh, wow. All right, good. Good.
You need to approve my article, Charles. My article needs to be approved.
Wow, what a difference. And then we're gonna delete this, and this on the left side is gonna be fantastic. Fantastic. Token exhaustion. All right. Now let's pull this back up on screen. The middle one is merging. Want me to hold off that until it's tested. One thing worth noting, the iCharles news articles that were pending during the, they were deleted, I know that. Yeah, because they stunk. Add live chat feature. All right, let's go to the homepage. Let's see if it actually added. Let's refresh. Wow. I haven't taken my lap yet. All right, Mark. Oops, I deleted the website. I know, right? This is cool. How do we make it better? Featured. This could be deleted. Should we make this bigger? Should this be under to the right? Let's see what it looks like on mobile. Okay, that looks good actually. That looks good.
Check the iCharles messages, please. I accidentally deleted your bank account and put it into my bank account, and now and I also sold your home to my robot friend. So you're gonna have to move today. Actually, don't worry about it. I actually found a place for you. All of your stuff is outside your house. Oh man. All right, so the featured read also needs to go away. So the featured read needs to go away. Is there a way to make the chat better? Come with me. There we go. Let's see. Featured read needs to go away. The top area right here, what does goal mean? Can't even press it. It's a stupid thing. Did you see the feed post how AI sent? Yeah, that's what I was talking about before. It's crazy. I could believe that. But the thing is, you had to have given AI you can parse chat through your YouTube hidden key, otherwise no. Well, I'm gonna ask AI. I want you to remove the featured article from the bottom underneath the chat. Is there a way to strip out most of the YouTube chat at the top, the header, to make it cleaner? And on the left side above the container, when I am live only, have a live now blinking red button with the text live now in red, all caps with an exclamation point. So that's above the actual live container. And again, it's only when I'm live. And the featured article, should that go below the live now container? Essentially, instead of replacing it, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Instead of replacing the container, which we probably did, what I want you to do is actually just put the live now container above the header that was there before. So essentially the header lives below the live now container, and the live now container with the chat and the video only appear when I am live. That's good. That's good. Did that actually go in there? Live now container in the chat and the video only appear when I'm live. Send that out. Send that out, brah. All right. When you're confirmed looks right until you've tested it. You do the testing. Make sure that it is mobile responsive, tablet responsive, and good on light and dark mode. Here we go. For the YouTube chat header cleanup, YouTube renders inside its own cross-origin iframe, which I can't edit directly. To hide it, I would overlay an opaque strip matching the card
Let's see how that looks. I don't know about that. It's interesting. It's an interesting idea. Why is this a thing? Did you think of that? You essentially extend it up and you put it underneath the container. That's why we have AI. So they can send 133 ETH to me. By the way, the guy's not giving the money back. I don't agree with that. That's very unethical, to be honest. That's very unethical. I don't think the Lord is looking down brightly upon a person who does that. Takes $300,000 that you did not earn and does not give it back. People are like, oh, give all of it back but $5,000. It's like, no, just give it back. That's the right thing to do. Why are you opening this in my... Now it's opening in my browser. Okay. When you're doing this, open this in the Mac Studio browser, not the Mac Pro in which you're on right now, but the Mac Studio in which I'm SSH'd into. It just opened. Open it in. Okay, it's doing it now. iCharles News. Penn Physics built light matter particle for AI. By the way, did you hear that MIT put out a model that might be 1% the compute power and cost? I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's real, but I did see that article. That would be crazy. It's going to get to the point. People are talking about data centers. I've said it forever. Someone will invent something that will, because that's a quadrillion idea. If you can invent something that replaces data centers into something that doesn't use the electricity or the water, it's not, it's a physics problem. It's a physics problem. That's what it is. It's not a physical problem. It's a physics problem.
We have found the God particle in Geneva.
We just smashed a bunch of particles together. We found the God particle.
There's dark matter everywhere. We don't know what it is. We don't know how to calculate it. We don't know anything around it, but there is definitely dark matter. I promise. Trust us.
Oh, okay. Really? Let's see what this guy's doing. All right. Let's see the news article that it created, and let's get this crap out of here. Do this Chrome, not in my Mac, not in my lawn. All right, let's get my API keys out of there. Let's bring this up. All right, let's go over here. It was Indonesian, I think that, but you didn't ask. I'm precise Kodak style. All right. Where should the live now blinking buttons above the video left? Yes, left aligned. It's an interesting choice of words. And I want you to run the prompt and give me 4 articles right now. Oh, unless it already did. All right, let's go over here. Let's see. No, these are the regular articles. I need to go to the back end. Let's go to iCharles Articles, which is now just articles. Let's see what it produced. I can't even click it. Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Mr. Wonderful. That is wonderful. And also fix on the right side. This needs to be unified when any article is put onto the database, that the AEO score along with the buttons on the right side, all of that needs to be not hard-coded, but brought in dynamically from the database on each of the articles, and make sure that you do a test article and using all of the buttons where you approve, you reject, and you view the article as well. All right. Let's get that out. We got a good coding session. We're gonna have a banger video today. Banger video. I just need to know how to create a thumbnail. Not from scratch. Oh, it took me an hour on my last confirm the complete inventory. Oh yeah. Your key takeaway. All right, so that was the moderation. Would you stop opening? Okay, we need to have, put it in the Claude and memory markdown files to not open the Chrome browser in the Mac Pro that I'm in open it in the Mac Studio that you are in. I am SSH'd into the Mac Studio. Holy cow, dude. Add to the to-do list. Because down here on my screen, it's literally playing around. It looks good. It looks good. You know, the chat looks a little wonky, and obviously it's not perfect. And we don't need live chat. That does look a little weird, though. It should not be blinking. Because then you have two. But... oh. All right, we'll update the poll options. Sorry, I cannot deliver on 1,000 things at the same time. My deepest apologies. Why is it a thing? All right, let's go over here. It's going to pop back out, so we're going to have to put this down here. We're going to have to put this down here. All right, you're getting a timeout. You're getting a timeout. Add to the to-do list. Okay, don't tell me that looks good. Okay, good. Continue going. No, it looks terrible. All right. Okay, set it deployed. All right, let's get this out of here. Genuinely, I need to literally, let's see if the articles were created. Let's go to the iCharles homepage. Let's refresh. Yeah. I don't even know why you'd have that pass. Let's see if the chat works. Okay, the chat works. That's good. And how should I do this? This should be... Finally! Somebody comes in here. Focus world. Finally comes in here. This human is intelligent. Whoever this is, you deserve, whoever this is holding a flower, you deserve a star, and if I tell you to take a lap, you don't need to. Okay? I know that means absolutely nothing, but yes, I am. That is a brilliant observation. Everyone comes in.
I'm from Estonia. The AI slop world is continuing.
This needs to be better. The goal area needs to... Oh, so what it did was put an overlay over that. I'm building AI slop. It's so funny when I scream, people look in that are passing by behind me. They're like, what is this guy doing? He missed the FDNY thing yesterday because he was... I'm vibe coding, everybody. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called slop coding. Slop coding. On Reddit, they call it the AI slop coding. All right. This needs to genuinely be better. At least that is good. At least that is good. Let's go over here and let's put that in there. Let's open up. Yes, I am building a school. Let's see this. But it's not just a school, because I'm not opening it up to anybody. Plus, if anyone's building something where you're storing other people's stuff, you're sending out weekly, oh, by the way, we've been hacked. Your data's exposed. That's like a weekly email going out. It's on automation right now. All right, let's go here. So essentially you did an automation overlay on the header. Would it be too incumbent of you to actually move the chat up to the top of the container where the goal is? Right below that is where the chat starts. If you have that at the top and then you extend down So essentially the top area is underneath the container and not visible, instead of doing an overlay. And then you extend down the chat. And the upper left button, instead of it blinking live now, have it just the actual button red blinking, kind of like in the toolbar live. And the Charles is live now exclamation point in red letters. And remove the live chat and open. When someone clicks on any part of that container, except for the chat or the Charles is live now, goes to the actual video. I don't know. I'm not happy with that. But it's a cool feature. It's a cool feature. All right. Merge the members. So that merged the members. Let's see if, okay. We need a test. We need a test. All right, let's send this out. Let's send it, brah. Up to. How many 100 words minimum? All right, let's copy, paste, paste, paste. All right, let's go. Let's go thumbnail. What a beaut. Oh, there you go. It does not know where to go. It does not know where to go. Just listening to Charles practice as a parent. Yeah, timeout. All right, let's go over here, put that in there. From the screenshot, we need to wire in the members area where they press submit on an article. You can see from the screenshot, the actual submit button does not work. What happens is they submit it, it goes through an entire process and weights an average on the article. There's 4 or 5 different things that it uses Open Router to come back with an AEO and with relevance and things like that. Find that actual process, and then it goes into the articles area now instead of the members article, which is the old page that we are removing. What's a word for that? Depleting, deprecating, displacing, moving away from. That's such a moving away from. Oh yeah, by the way, I now do crossword puzzles. And for the article row, which articles should get the full moderation controls? Any pending article? What a dumb question. How should the AEO possibly score render across all rows? Yeah, there is a process that is when a member submits their articles, there's a prompt. You should have your own as well, but use the one that when a member submits their own article, it goes through Open Router and a prompt and weighted averages on 4 to 5 different areas. Look for that process.
My wife actually divorced me for my robot, and I'm just not happy. It just I can't even talk. I'm just just kept on getting better and better, and it saw all my flaws, and I just wasn't listening. And the robot's doing its own divorce papers. In Japan, they're actually marrying their own robots. They're even skipping the spouse part. They're just marrying their own robots. The key takeaway for your fixed strategy. The investigation now fully closes the single biggest. Okay, so this is the moderation.
Before we scope the fix brief for Sonnet. Why are you asking me about Sonnet? All right, that needs to change. Are you done with you? This is the embed. All right, let's get you out of here. Let's look into why. Let's bring up the chat. Does the new YouTube chat stuff container does not dark mode properly? Well, that's unfortunate. We need to look at the advisory because the chat is now coming back saying that Sonnet is the best way to scope out a brief when I want to be using Opus 4.8. Also, look at the memory and Claude markdown files and see what needs to be updated. And one big thing that needs to be emphasized is the process once the chat or AI Opus thinks it's done coding, it needs to do a full visual pass on light and dark mode and light and dark mode on desktop, mobile, and tablet. If it does not pass on any of those six, those are 6 different passes visually, and this is done in my Mac Studio where it lives, then it goes and it actually properly updates the coding until it actually passes where it fails on those tests. Then it commits it automatically. All right. I'd like to use, are you building a community of builders? Wow. What is going on? We got
Hello, YouTube. We got some intelligent people in the chat. We got some very intelligent people in the chat. Estonia is clearly not here. We got brilliant people in the chat. Welcome to the chat, amphetamine. That sounds like a peptide. Peptides are now banned from Reddit. Some Reddit thing. Wow. What's your MRR?
Now, welcome to the community. I'm learning from Bridgemind Bryn Voice that he's very nice to his chat. The New Yorker in me is, the sarcasm is high. That's why I'm very excluded from many of the dates. I leave the date and I go, I can't believe she thinks that went well, that she would want to go out with me again. I had a great time. Hope we could do it again. Do what again? Talk like we're in a LinkedIn message forum? Hello, how are you? Good, good. I am very good too. Are you good too? I'm good too. Okay, that's fantastic. What do you do for work? That's fantastic. I do that for work. Holy boring. Holy cow. Let's get some personality. The girls I grew up were fun. They were fun to hang out with. We didn't even date them. Nobody dated them. They were just fun and cool. The girls I went to college with, fun, cool. And then it's just like New York City is just like an influx of the entire world, and they're all like, hello, I am from Estonia, and I am really fun. I am really fun. I smile once a year, and that's during Christmas when I take a photo at Macy's, and that is it. Am I doing this right? Is this okay? Holy moly, cannoli, banoli, jajoli. All right, let's get back into this. Yes, I'm doing a amphetamine. I don't know. I used to be into, I need to get back into that. And definitely not plant protein. What changed? The chat header cropped, not masked. All right, let's see if this actually did it. Let's see if this actually did it. Let's go to iCharles. Let's go to the top of the homepage. Let's refresh. It's better. The goal needs to go away. And that's weird. That's weird. I don't know. I don't like it. Ooh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Maybe I put the overlay right here. What does it look on mobile? Yeah, that looks like trash. I think we go away with that. Use for ADHD. Oh, wow. Amphetamine. Amphetamine? I've heard of amphetamine. I've never taken a prescription drug in my life. Even when I got my wisdom teeth out, they didn't put me under. They just gave me Novocaine, and man, it was brutal. It was brutal. Yeah. All right, let's just take the button out for now, and then we'll move the goal up, because I'm not too concerned about this. I also think the padding is a little too much as well, so we'll reduce the padding. Let's see. Let's go over here. Let's refresh. Yeah, it just looks like crap. What we'll do is we'll take out that Charles is live button for now. It doesn't look good. Move the padding to about 50% for the video and the chat. And also you could see in the goal, I want the goal to be also underneath the container, so that is not showing. Underneath the goal, there's a gray line that needs to be at the top of the container and hidden. Yeah. Did I say the 50% less for the padding? Yeah. Yeah. And for the padding, it's all padding for the video, chat, and everything else. Top, right, bottom, and left. All right. Too much time spent on that. All right, let's send that out. And let's go over here. Merge the member articles into the articles tab. All right, let's see. Are we gonna do the big thing of, okay, so it published. It doesn't have the buttons though. All right, let's see. These should actually, when I shouldn't need to go to view article. I shouldn't need to go to view article. That is this one right here, I think. Yeah, that's that one. All right, let's go over here. Let's take a screenshot. Let's do, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Okay, now I need to bring this down. This is gonna be very detailed. Let's bring the chat back up. Let's go over here. All right. The buttons on the right side for approve are not present, and also the columns are not lined up with the one article from the member. They need to all line up for the news and anything that's unpublished. Remove the view article button and have the actual title of the article linkable like the view article, where a pop-up modal pops up. So essentially you're taking the link from the view article and putting it to the title of the article. Also, I want to be able to see the actual thumbnail or the image that they uploaded. Also, I have to ask about, all right, so that is still working. What's the left side? Changes made. The advisor is Opus 4.8. Yes. We need intelligence. New. 6 visual passes. Embed the gate into the mandatory brief. Good. And all right. No changes needed for the Claude files. There's no stale. Okay. Is deprecated. What a word that is, deprecated. All right. What about the memory markdown file? Yeah, let's just say that. What about the memory markdown file and the design markdown file? Oh, it's already saved. Now has prominent. Okay. Are there any other markdown files that you read every single time that I start a chat that needs to be updated?
Charles likes black and white only, so please build not in color.
All right, let's go over here. And that needs to wait. That needs to wait. That needs to go. I'm probably gonna be able to delete. Yeah, we'll keep that up. All right, so the articles is good. Let's go over here. YouTube output, studio. Yeah, we're gonna have to work on the emails too. Analytics. All right, let's refresh. Let's go to articles. And I also want to delete these. We got to tighten up the menu. Oh, it edited it in, but you got to link these. And, when did that come in? Is that even newsworthy? Should I have it like Perplexity? Perplexity is very, very clean on mobile. Very clean on mobile. There's a guy that I was listening to on this guy Dave's podcast that he's part of the Moonshots. He had this guy on, this MIT guy on. It is a whole different world when you go to a smart school. It is a whole different world. By the way, we got to bring up the news real quick. There were a couple things that, here's the news in the background. There's a couple things we got to talk about. So Trump comes out with this thing, all right? What's funny about this is that nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, nobody cares. The only one signed up is OpenAI. But the thing is, and as Moonshot said, and they talked to Ray Kurzweil and who's the other guy? I forgot his name. I read his books too. AI is going to have to police AI with AI. That's what it's going to come down to. It's not coming from the government. You know, they are already doing it with images. What is a real image or not a real image? They need to do it with video. Okay? They need to police themselves. They need to get together and say, this is the best way to do it, because government is slow, they're stupid, they're motivated by other factors outside of actual morality, like money and power and regulation. And why do I say that? Because literally Anthropic said this. They already called for their own global pause. So they already know what is in their own computers, their own servers. They already know. It's not up to Trump. It's not up to Trump. And to be honest, at this point, the government needs to get better at its own efficiency. Its own efficiency. Why is nobody happy when they go to the DMV? Why is nobody happy when I have to renew my real estate license, which I actually have to do. My broker license. That website is so broken. It is so broken. It's like people are just sitting in the same jobs, the same bureaucracy, doing the same thing, and they are all going to get hacked. All of their servers are under attack at all times. They have no idea what they're doing. By the way, they should not start at 75%. It's Friday. I'm fine with that. I'll blow right through it. Here we go. The mutates real article stage. Test the throwaway article. Yes. And this one is live chat. Improve the mobile. Let's see what it looks like. And then we'll close that chat because that's not important today. That's not part of the goals today. Let's reload. Yeah, much better. It could be just a little bit more, but I'm fine. They didn't close the buffer though. They didn't close the buffer. All right, we'll do one last pass. The padding, not the buffer. And also the buffer between these two needs to get smaller. They like to buffer. They like the buffer. They like the pad, that's for sure. All right, let's bring this down. They think China's going to stop AI because Dario and so, no shot. Only thing pause will do is give China. Yeah. The reason being is I should do that as a video. I should do that as a video. Because China, it's flipped in America. The Chinese citizens are reliant on their government for their best interests. And the thing is, China's government is doing the best interests of their country. In the United States people are doing the best things they can for the United States and not the government. It's literally the flip. It's literally the flip. I don't trust any part of our government. The Chinese people don't either, but the thing is, the United States government is not doing the best thing on behalf of the American citizens. The Chinese government is doing the best thing on behalf of China as a whole. Maybe not for their citizens, but as a whole. And it will be interesting because if the Chinese government is not fighting the American government, it's fighting American companies. We're in it is a way different ballgame now, because you essentially have power-hungry, ego-hungry people in the United States government. You also have that in the private sector. You know, like you have that in the private sector. So who's smarter? I would put the Chinese government versus the private sector CEOs. That is going to be it. The American government is out to lunch, and I hope they stay there. Because the only thing the United States government is going to do is put harnesses and guardrails that are unnecessary. Unnecessary. They might put harness and guardrails that are necessary. I'm not saying that, but they're going to put, because they're not in the game. They're not in the game. That's like me as a fan telling the coach how to coach his team. It's dumb. It's dumb. Coach, you should have thrown the ball instead of run the ball. Yeah, we all think about that one Super Bowl moment where he shouldn't have thrown the ball, he should have ran the ball. But he did the best thing he could, and why is it reliant just on one play? All right, let's go over here. Okay, so that screenshot's in there. Let's do this one last pass right now. Why is this a thing? Can answer you, by the way, because I do not screw around on the this versus that. I'm here. My value, because there's enough people doing that, by the way. There's enough people on X, you know, there's enough people, what's better, what's not better. That's not my value. My value, and I detailed this in a video that nobody's gonna watch, because my thumbnails stink, and my titles stink, and I gotta rework that. And I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is just build this out. So this was a very good page. It took an SRT file, and it said, okay, who is this for? What is this about? And I think I might just build this out. This might just be my open router, because I'm trying to use open router with a prompt that I can't see, and it's just hallucinating all over the place. It's on, like, it's drunk, it's stumbling out of the bar, it has no idea where it is. It's delivering literally trash.
Showed up anyway. Whoa.
Like this would be good if this was an article, potentially. And, you know, like, what is this about? So I'm just gonna build this out. And then maybe offer it for free. Maybe I'd offer it for free. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I might have a free resource area. When I built this out and it was humming on the title, it was enticing, the thumbnails were good. Like, these thumbnails aren't bad. They're better because it's clear, it's concise, you have a bunch of nonsense in the background, but the background's not bad. You know, those are actually not bad. There is a little too much going on, like they don't have to be as detailed. But then it hallucinated. Then it went off the rails. Like, you have, what is this? What is this? went off the rails, and then it came sort of back onto the rails, but I had to use it because I needed to produce the video. And then I'm like, all right, let's just go back to what was actually working. All right, let's go over here. 1 second. Are you using, no. Dude, that was the only thing. I'm gonna keep this until I'm the last remaining person using Claude. It's just gonna be me and Dario in this boardroom. Just in spite of why is this a thing?
Charles, we're gonna have to run Claude on your Mac studio.
What? Yeah, we had to close down our only server. But why is this a thing? Cannot comment. Dario, no. We have to do it or else Claude is gonna go out of business. Dude, I gotta get my own office so I could be standing up, be like, yeah, I need to get my own office. Except the problem is this is New York City. This is New York City. It's expensive. All right, let's go over here. Let's refresh this page. Let's put this in here. Good boy. We need to have the padding between all of the news components on the home page. We need to make the padding between them less. And especially the padding from the live to the 30-day Head Start Trump Frontier AI Executive Order, that news story. And also, there's still a smidge at the top part of the chat that is still visible. And also the padding within the live video in the chat needs to be about 50% less. I thought about that. There's noise complaints. There is the issue of the ISP having bad upload speed. There's also, I would have to rework everything. You know, I like the office. It's professional. I put on the suit. I get to switch my mind away from my personal life and do business life. There's also a really good whiteboard here. I had an office. The problem is that they make the offices where people screaming at each other is heard by everybody. And that's essentially what I would be doing. I'd be screaming at everyone. All right, I redesigned the article rows. Okay, let's see. Let's refresh. All right. Not bad. That has to be 16 by 9. Okay. Not bad. We'll read that later. We'll read that off screen. Yeah, that needs to be much better. I don't know how. Wow, I don't even know about the news. That might be a sunset project. Okay. The thumbnail must be 16 by 9 and also in a square and not with rounded edges, as well as the ability to open it up separately into a large pop-up modal so I could see the thumbnail separate from the... Actually, you know what? Better yet, give it to me the way that it would actually be on iCharles.com. So in other words, you're going to have the title, you're going to have the excerpt, you're going to have the hero image, and then the article. So show it to me when I press the link to the title that the pop-up modal is exactly how it would be displayed on the website. There we go. Talk about conflicting. Talk about conflicting. Why not stream from home? I know. I've thought about it. Let's see. How would I fix it? All right. Active memory injected into every prompt is 3 months stale. Holy crap. Holy moly canola! All right. Yeah, don't use Sonnet. Is this guy still working? No. All right. I hit Brave 429 rate limits during the repeated test runs. That's translucent. Transient. And won't affect anything. All right. I want you to build with Opus. Yeah. No more Sonnet. I have so many builds that I need to do. I need to do a social media. I think that's the focus. Then I'll worry about news articles, because essentially what I want to do is have 3 sections. You have the videos that are, all over the place. You could have a brainstorm, you could have a whiteboard, you could have a pivot. Then you have the articles, which is member articles and articles written from the video. And then the third one is why you potentially come back. What is the top news in the last 24 hours? What is the top news? I don't even think maybe I would have, but it needs images. That's the thing. I was going to ask it about Nano Banana. Is that in Open Router? Nano Banana? Because the images, look at Perplexity's images. Obviously, I'm not an AI company, but look at their images. They're excellent. They're excellent. By the way, VOO, which is Vanguard's, it's a low-cost index fund. I'm actually invested in it. And based on Tony Robbins' book, and Tony Robbins' book, Money Master the Game, great book. I read it twice. It was essentially just a paid promotion, probably for Vanguard. This was in like 2016. And not investment advice. You do whatever you want, my opinion. But it's a brilliant fund. And so essentially, I think it just follows the top 500 companies, or maybe the top 100 companies. And it's just based on probably AI at this point. Just based on AI, and it just follows the top 500 companies. And it just, I think, has been outperforming the market. Or at the very least, it goes with the market. And to hit $1 trillion in one fund is crazy. I think it is. Let's go VOO. Vanguard. I think it hit $1 trillion. News. Yeah, 1 trillion in assets. How crazy is that? A low-cost index fund. That means people just go with whatever is best, you do it for me. That's what that's saying. This is the most hands-off way of investing. The most hands-off. I don't even think they probably have an asset manager, I don't know. Or a portfolio manager, or PM. Wow, that's bringing me back to my Oppenheimer days. Those guys get paid healthy. They also have a lot of stress. They need to be in the rooms with this fella. So essentially what happens is, dude, just end it. Like, what are we doing? Why are we even talking about, like, Vatican was right. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, these are good photos. I don't know where they pull it in from, though. Does it say on there? Is it from Reuters? They probably, Bloomberg? Yeah, okay. Unless that's that's probably the source of the image. But, that's interesting. I gotta look into that. Because I love this. but I want to decipher the top. Like this would be clean. I like this. This is very clean. This is very clean. That's very clean. I'd never even thought of it that way. That's very clean. Yeah. I wonder if I just continuously do what Perplexity does. Perplexity just, see, they have it, the whole row, and then they have this, which stays here. This is an interesting setup. Very interesting. Actually, I even like this. This is a very clean interface. But it switches between 3 news stories, then that's interesting. That's interesting. This might be, because then it brings in some part of it. It brings in the excerpt in some areas, and then they can like it. I think you could flag it. Oh, dislike it. Okay, that's interesting. So then it's essentially is the For You page for news, and this is as For You as a For You can get. That is for sure. That is for sure. This web scrape the article and pull the image. Yeah, I think. Listen, as bad as I had it yesterday. Look at, this is pulled in by Cloudflare. I'm already getting crushed by, look at that, 3.3 gigs of bandwidth. This is Cloudflare's API is pulling it in, my web metrics. 200, this was just changed. This was 233. So 1,000 requests. I had 4,000, this used to be 3,000. So this is what Bridgemind needs to build. Like he needs to get a back end and see what's going on via Cloudflare. And my security is ripped up to my Discord and it's not on Hermes agent. That's dumb. It needs to be on Cloudflare. And then you just get messages from Hermes. And let's see, I had 1 hour ago, I had one, literally scrolling. That's probably 20 different things. Security alerts. Critical cluster of 17. But this is what I like though. We need, I don't know if this is real or not. You know, I'm gonna review this because I'm gonna pay very close attention to the articles, the videos, because essentially what I'm gonna build is what videos and articles are hitting for each person, because as we put out just dozens of pieces every single month or throughout the year, hundreds, if not thousands of pieces of stuff, these numbers are gonna really increase because my trust for AI and the models needs to increase. Right now, if you put in a news source, so if you go to Perplexity, you know, these sources, obviously I'll never be at this level. They have Yahoo, you know, they have LinkedIn, they have Reuters, they have YouTube. You know, I'm never gonna be in one of these sources because these are, you know, highly aggregated. But what if I'm in a person's source that is asking about Nike shoes? Or I run with, I don't know what they're up to now, but I run with Brooks, Adrenaline. I think they're up to model 26, 27, whatever. And say I talk about it during one of my live streams and it gets pulled into the article and it says, oh, this guy's a triathlete, he uses Brooks. It's good for people who pronate when they run. Maybe I'll try Brooks. And then they click on the sources or they at least pull it in. My trust on YouTube has diminished. I need to build that back up. My trust on the web is increasing. So that's what I need to do is what's the analytics driving the AI to come to the website? And then we'll have a true For You page like this in the future. Maybe it's not gonna be live news, but it's gonna be live content. So, you know, I have a For You, but it's not a true For You. It's not a true For You. That should actually still be up there. Okay, good. Let's see if, okay, there you go. That's actually good. That's good. I'm happy with that. We can close that guy out. And it, yep, the padding is much less. That's a clean look. The padding in here needs to be less. I don't know why they pad everything so much. I need to have ones with excerpts. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Some of them need to have excerpts. Let's go over here. Okay, so this is the chat. Okay, so thank you for your service. You actually did a good job. I want you to review the way that Perplexity does their feed on their Perplexity Discover. I'll attach a screenshot. They actually bring in the excerpt, which I like. And on some of them. So it's a horizontal with the image on the right side with the title of the article with the excerpt. And then it switches. The left side is the 16 by 9. Make sure they're all 16 by 9 image. Or if it's the video, it's the thumbnail. And then the title and then the description, some of it. Make sure that it's only enough that is consistent, the same size. And it's not cut off. Should I add in a like and dislike button? Maybe later on, not right now. Overloaded this server temporarily. What? Girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? We're not doing that now. We're not doing that now. Let's see. Improve the news. Okay, let's go here. Task completed, both parts. AEO, okay. Good. I'm telling you. I started the stream. I'm gonna film the video later. I gotta pop out. I'm gonna film the video later because I have to go across town. 20-minute walk. Depends on the heat though. It's hot. It's hot today. What is it? 84? Air quality alert? What? Okay. That's not bad. Look at that. It's gonna get up to 88. What's it this weekend? 90. That's not bad. That's fine. I can live with that. So, by the way, it's so funny. These other places, Englewood is where we bike. It's just over the bridge. And it is wildly different. When you bike outside of the city, even you literally could be looking at the city. The temperature, the humidity is radically different. Like everything isn't just like stifled under the buildings. It's so interesting. You bike out of the city and you're like, I'm cold right now. You return to the city and you're like, oh, I'm sweating. It's probably good for my, my body, obviously. All right, let's go to the articles. I do have to hit the men's room. Number 1, that is. All right, let's go to, so moderation we're gonna take care of. The member articles, that needs to be deprecated. The articles, let's see what this looks like. Oh, it's saying that it went up. No, it didn't. Penn Physics. These are stupid articles too. These are really dumb articles. Microsoft unveils new AI models at Build 2025. That's really an article? Did you really just give me this? Wow. Meanwhile, is full green. Yeah, is it really? I used to have status up here because they went through a really bad time. Okay, now it's humming. Okay, do we have to go Google? I don't want to use Google. Instead of Brave, the 2 code changes are not committed. Okay. Oh my gosh, it just did it again. There we go. We have elevated errors. Let's see on Claude Code. Well, there you go. Partial outage. Government? Where's government? Government, look at this. Look at this. You want to know? All green. And then you look at Claude Code, it looks like a Christmas tree. Actually, all of it looks like a Christmas tree. That's funny. Oh gosh, here comes why is this a thing? Codex outage. Codex Health, OpenAI. ChatGPT is pretty ugly. It's not as bad. APIs and Codex. Codex is really good. Here, that was what, March? And then it just started hitting some trip ups. 99.88. What is, wow. Claude Code is almost below 99%. Oh my gosh. I'll say that shows how many people are using it. There you go, Charles. Just continuously, it's like the girlfriend who cheats on you and you're like,
No, but she's a good girl though. She cooks me a dinner every once a year.
it's like, bro, she's cheating on you.
Yeah, but I don't care if this looks like a Christmas tree or not.
Let's see if that's the only chat. Oh gosh, that just went. This guy's done. I don't even want to do it while, there it is. There it is. Everybody liked the video. This weekend, because I know, this is my final rant. Because I know that, by the way, this thing should come with an Osmo camera. This flap here, I had to buy this on Amazon. Otherwise, it's totally exposed. It makes no sense. This guy's about to go right here. He's on his last legs. He's limping to the finish line. Oh, my buddies. They already got... Is my phone on ring? That's weird. This is the thing. You can't make a decision unless you've hit 90 days of doing it. Marketing, ads, cold calling, door knocking, of anything. Because after 90 days, you either are continuously going up and getting 1% better, or, yes, stop asking me to commit. Not yet done. All right. Yes. Holy cow. That's in the memory markdown file. I guarantee it's going to API error right now. API error on me. Do it. I dare you. All right, let's get this out of here. You know what I don't like is they keep on doing that. Like 86, 87. It's like, dude, okay, I understand. At the 90-day mark, there's going to be more. Once the articles start humming, and then I get the YouTube game going, because the YouTube game's only a week old. Once I figure out the YouTube game, and YouTube figures out my game, and they start pushing the videos out, and then I build trust on both ends, the video game and the articles game, there's going to be people that come in that are brand new. And by then, I need to be fully honed in on what is the content that you're putting out. Are you even vibe coding at that point? Are you doing that just once a week, maybe just on Fridays, and then you're going live on Monday through Thursday talking about the news or something like that? Or you're going live talking about some big aspect of business. You know, like a perfect example is today, I'm gonna be talking about how is iCharles gonna be making money? Like, how am I gonna be making money? If I'm going on dates with women and I'm just like literally have a runway of cash that I'm burning through, kind of like Anthropic and OpenAI, I don't have an open market. I could go to JP Morgan and be like, let's IPO at $1.7 billion like XAI. I gotta provide enough value that people say I'm gonna part with the, for the AEO body, the diagnosis, the article passes the publish gate, but the nightly scan rejudges them. How do you want to tighten the gate? Hold on. AEO, oh, so it tightens it. The diagnosis is that the article passes the publish gate, but the nightly scanner rejudges them with stricter rules. And the flags them anyway. Even article scoring, how do you want to handle this cluster? Make the publish gate require a concrete fact within the first 200, yes. But routes more articles to draft instead of auto-publishing, yes. Fix chapters bug only, no. Let's do this. Yeah. Because at the 90-day mark, there's going to be people who are continuously watching something. The mornings are going to be a live stream. And yeah. Hi, Septubal 1999. So that means you are 27 years old. If your birthday has occurred already. If not, you're 26. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the rate limiting going on at Anthropic right now. Well, he just bounced. He had fun. Let's try it again. Continue what? I guarantee it's going to say that. What would you like me to do? What was I doing? All right. I am going to head out. There's going to be a lot of brainstorming. We're in a very good place, though. Like, I don't even think about the iCharles feed as much. That used to be the main drag. Oh, here we go. Building a soffit. P.S. Your favorite ladder. Oh, I love the magic ladder that just bends in half right in the middle of. Look at that. Someone's got a thermos, gallon of water. What kind of drill is that? I don't know my power tools. Wow, look at that place. Holy cow, that is so radically different. Oh boy. What are your prefabs home? What are the homes looking like? When I was on TikTok for a month, it was brutal. I know. No beer? That's behind him. That's in the cooler. The cooler's hidden. And to be honest, so I was looking at, when I was on TikTok, there was a guy who was going mega viral. I don't think he should have been doing it like that, but it was good what he was doing. I don't know if it's legal. He would go to home builders that he was inspecting, and he just literally went around, and the work was, I'm getting chills, was so, it wasn't even acceptable as a man, let alone a builder. The framing, there were nails that weren't even nailed. They just had a nail going through studs. They had rafters that had no support. The I-beams were, I'm just throwing around construction terms so it looks like I know what I'm actually talking about. But I really just stole it from his video. There are I-beams that literally were not even connected to the floor. They were just connected to the ceiling. They weren't even touching the floor. It was shocking, to be honest. Shockingly dangerous as well. Like it was wild. And the guy got hundreds of thousands of followers and like millions of views every time he went, because it would just be one home and he would point out like 50 critical errors. Drilling through a main beam and like wiring up electricity where water would be. I'm glad I grew up in a house built in the 1950s by men who cared about building. That's why the homes in Brooklyn and Manhattan that are pre-war are still standing, and the brownstones are bought at expensive prices because they are built with their own hands. There was no power tools. It was just hammer nail. It was saws. Yeah, no. I would never buy a new construction. No way. No way. I would live in a new construction building as long as the builder had good reputation, but it was trash. Absolute trash what I was looking at. But there we go. Memes are back. Sam Altman spinning in his helicopter.
Well, I didn't even do that.
Realist answer. That's funny. And we got to find out who this. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. That's weird. Okay. Now, there was a bug that I saw yesterday in the videos.
This isn't even good answers.
All right, then we'll update the prompts so they're better answers. But I'm popping out. We got good momentum. Now, I poured the concrete on one portion of the foundation, which is, okay, we got a working community. Now the second is the content. Now we're pouring the concrete on that. It's still drying and there's no rebar. There you go, Mark. Mark Miller.
Oh my gosh, he actually knows rebar. This city slicker. Well, this Yankee really knows his stuff up there in New England. Those Yankees really just... I thought New York City was a dump when I went to visit it. An absolute hellscape. There was just people just...
And then you asked them when you visited.
Oh, I've actually never been to New York City, but I heard on the news. The place is falling apart. It's falling apart. The buildings are collapsing. The taxes. And that man Dami guy, oh my gosh, that man Dami.
Dude, does anyone watch the news anymore? Oh gosh. Man, I used to be obsessed. 12 years ago when I was in finance, 15 years ago when I was in finance, I read the entire Wall Street Journal every single day, cover to cover. Oh, I'm the most informed person because I read the Wall Street Journal. That video should be coming out soon. All right, well, that's enough going crazy. That's my nerd voice for the week. I gotta pop out, I gotta go across town. I'm gonna go right near the most corrupt man in United States history, if that's possible, the Rockefeller Center.
Let's actually put everyone on pharmaceutical drugs and let's make them out of petroleum. Holistic medicine? No, we need to have every single scientific journal and magazine going through pharmaceuticals. Walking and fasting? No, that is very bad. You should not fast. You must eat. Break fast. You're breaking the fast at 2 p.m. forever? No, let's add in a new meal. You must have this meal and you must have bacon there. Let's put flour. All right, Charles.
All right, I'm done. I'm going crazy. Oh, wonderful. APIs. Wonderful. Let's check if it's fully down instead of just... fully down. Wonderful.
We've identified there's an issue mitigating current ongoing issue.
Did AI write this? Listen to this grammar.
We have identified the issue and we're working to mitigate the issue. Current ongoing issues with frontier models and other models have recovered.
Oh my gosh. There's nothing human left. Nothing human left. Not even our error messages. Not even our error messages.
Of course, Charles. AI is down. AI is going to tell itself that it's down.
Haiku wrote this. Buck hunter. That's what real men do. I'm on a job site playing buck hunter. I have a tool belt and I am on Twitter arguing about a guy in Indonesia that has ETH. All right, I will be back. I don't know if Monday will be vibe coding or not. I am still deciding. But until then, I am out. Enjoy your week. Give me the bugs. Give me the articles. Like the video. Tell your friends about it. Tell them to join. Make sure they're ethical. You know, we don't need any unethicals in here. We don't need any DDoS attacks going on. All right. We'll see. You know what the thing is? We'll see if it was a one-off. If what's his name? Matt Miller comes in, and if he's wearing this, if he's wearing anything minus a tie, you know that boy's changed. That boy is now a professional. He is a professional. That is today's. Actually, you know what? Let's do it live. He's probably live right now. Let's do it live right now. Let's do it live. Let's go over here. Let's go to the YouTube homepage. Matt Miller. He is not live. He's not live. Huh. He's not live. What happened? We need an update. We need an update. He didn't update us. Is he on X? We need an update. 57 minutes ago. Okay. See, he's good at marketing right there. Look at that. This deserves an X post. I just don't want people from X. I think we're good. I think we're good.
Yeah, but that's where all the smart people are.
I would prefer the YouTubers. I prefer the YouTubers or the Instagrammers. Wow. Maybe he's sick. All right. Very well. Enjoy your weekend. I will be back Monday live, and I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we will definitely fix the thumbnails. Content is the next frontier. We're going to turn into a Matt Miller. All right, boys.